talking about, you said proper theatre in inverted commas. Now, I think that actually touches on a fear that a lot of writers might also have when it comes to writing for young audiences, that somehow they'll be kind of branded as the person who writes for young audiences, and that they will limit their options in terms of writing for adults or doing other kinds of theatre. Is there any truth in that? Do you think there's a danger of becoming only somebody who works in children's theatre?
Well, we do love our labels, don't we? Yes, definitely. I mean, I've been working as an actor for 20 years, and for the last 16 years I've done mostly theatre for a young audience, which means that I rarely get offers to do work for grown-ups. So we tend to keep our labels.
Do you have any advice on how to combat that? How to work against those?
I don't know, do we have to? I mean, it's like, as I said, I've done mostly work for a young audience. I love my work. Then again, it's not that I love children. I mean, I love my audience. And I love making my own shows. And I love being able to make a living from that. So if there was like an arena where I can do my work for a grown-up audience, I would do that also. So to all those people with the labels, you know, like you had to do children's theatre for the rest of your life, I mean, fuck them. You know? But then again, and I've done this mistake myself many years ago. Many writers and people in the theatre generally tend to think that to do work for children, that's easy. And sometimes when you are establishing yourself in your career, you know, you're young and you're not sure where to go next and stuff, you tend to go for easy, you know, like making a show for children is easy. What do kids want? Let's make a show about friendship, you know, and you just do like this, and it's shit. It's meaningless, and it doesn't resonate with your heart. So if you want to do work for children, I mean, do it properly. Don't do it halfway, because you're gonna stink. And we're talking a lot about, you know, paying respect to the young audience, you know, taking them for real. I think it's all very true, but I think it's more important to have to be true to yourself and to have this artistic pride in your work. If I'm gonna do a play for children, I'm gonna do it all the way, and I'm gonna use my heart. If not, don't.
Let's go back to this idea of what you're looking for in the work, because after 12 years of experience, you must know certain things about, you know, how a show communicates, like down to the kind of nitty-gritty details. Is there anything, for example, if you want to create something that's really funny, or if you want to create something that's you know, brings a tear to the eye, is there anything, any advice that you would be able to give a writer that wants to write a play for young audiences?
Try and fail and do it again. And it's like, in my case, I tour all over Norway, and the audiences are so different from place to place. It's, you know, all about, you know, if you are in the north or the south, east, west, in a city or in a rural area, or, I mean, people are so different in Norway, and I think it has a lot to do with climate and landscape, geography. I've experienced you know, being up north and doing a comedy, and people are laughing, you know, they're laughing themselves silly and falling off the chair, you know, tears rolling, you know, it's hilarious. And the next week we are in the inland part of Norway, and it's dead quiet. It's the same play, same actors, just a few days in between. It's total silence. And after the show, which lasts for 60 long minutes, we just so frustrated and almost in tears because, you know, we somehow failed. And after the show, there's a guy coming up to us and saying that best show ever. It was so funny. What? So, and you can't anticipate that as a writer. But of course, there are certain things, if you're a good writer, I mean, you have some experience with, you know, what makes people smile or what makes them cry. So try. Fail, do it again.
You were also talking about working with Zeal Theatre and the fact that they work in a kind of journalistic way. They gather material, they base plays on news stories.
In many
or
cases,
sometimes, yeah. Now, do you think there is a kind of an age limit to when you can do that for a young audience? I mean, 6-year-olds don't read the newspaper. Is there a kind of, is that a, you know, would that be for teenage audiences only, or can you make work for even younger children that's kind of
definitely? I mean, kids, they can deal with a lot. It's that in most cases the grown-ups tend to, you know, pamper them, I think, trying to protect them. I mean, there's so many things on the news that kids are aware of, and they talk about it, you know, amongst themselves. So I think for a young audience, for children, we need more than just Once Upon a Time. I mean, Once Upon a Time is great, you know, all the fairy tales. I mean, I love that stuff, but I also think we can dare to challenge our young audience, children, to do shows which are based on true stories. But you can't just give them a show which tells them that life is hard and then you die in pain and then you go to hell and that's it. I mean, you need to leave them with some kind of hope. I mean, so you can give them darkness, but give them hope as well.
Do you think that the writers have a moral responsibility to provide that hope?
Don't know about moral responsibility. I mean, moral sounds so boring. But it's like, do you want to be a writer who just gives darkness? I mean, doesn't that sound a bit boring? Where's the joy? Where's the love? So more than moral responsibility, I think it's about making a great story. And if it's all about darkness, it's a flat story.